Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. I've decided to take you camping with me. I haven't gone camping much because I didn't like to. Camping here is a little different than the UK because it's not pulling up into a fun campground where they have a store and a pool and a DJ and a fish fan, and a chip shop. Camping here means you pull up out into the woods in the wilderness and you just hang out under the stars, and it's just not my scene. So over the years we've transitioned how we camp because we did go and buy a really nice luxury trailer that was fully loaded, and I actually just really didn't enjoy it. It just feels like you have a hotel room somewhere else, and if I wanted a hotel room, I'd get a hotel room and have someone else make my bed and do my food and all the rest of it. Camping for me is about getting outdoors, sitting around a campfire, having some drinks, having some laughs with friends, and then falling asleep kind of under the stars. But I realized I just didn't like the tent experience. That's the part of camping I don't like. I don't like packing up. I don't like setting up. I don't like being worried about animals. We're up in the mountains, so there's all kinds of things going on here. So I just have found something that meets all my needs. So this is called a little guy, and it's a tiny little trailer. If I pull out here, you can actually see in comparison to my small car like how big it is, and I'm going to give you a full tour of it, but for right now it's been sitting here during the winter. This is our first camp of the summer, and I'm going to show you how easy and simple it is to basically hook this up and get out of here. This is the inside of the trailer. It has a door on both sides for easy access, and then the inside is actually a king size bed. So wall to wall king size bed, and it's split into two twin size mattresses, or singles if you're in the UK, just for ease of getting things in and out. So I actually bought these additional mattress pads, so this is just one side and then I'll put the other side on. And then I use two single bed or twin bed sheets on either side. So two separate sets of bedding, which make it really easy and really tight in here. And then I just throw in my quilt, my comforter, my duvet, whatever you want to call it, and our pillows. And that's how we sleep. This gadget here is an air conditioning. So when it's really warm, if it's plugged in, you can turn that on. I also have a TV, a Blu-ray player, and a charging station inside. There's two windows on either side. They fully open out for airflow, which is really nice if you just want to get some fresh air, and they'll stay open by themselves. You also, when they're open, I know what you're thinking, what about the bugs? When they're open, you can actually fully conceal it with a bug screen. And I have the same on both sides, and then a really big one in the back. Then at night time, for privacy, you just switch this and you have full privacy. People always ask me, can you stand up in the trailer? And no, you cannot stand up in the trailer. But look, if I go onto my knees, you can see that my head just touches the ceiling. But what this does is, if I'm sitting down on the trailer, put my hand up, you get an idea of how much space I have in here. And if I sit in the middle of the trailer and stretch my hands out, I can maybe at a reach touch either side, but I really can't. So you can see it's actually super spacious. Look, I can do a dance in here. I think I might. No, it doesn't feel claustrophobic at all, and for me, I get in here just fine. I get dressed, undressed, do everything, and there's plenty of room. King size bed, so it's 6 feet wide by 7 or something lengthwise. The front of the trailer has this carrying box, and in here is where we have a full-size gas tank and also a battery. So I can be out in the woods and all of my gadgets on this machine work just off of the battery or the gas, without any plug-in besides the air conditioner. The air conditioner is the only thing on the trailer that actually needs a plug. So this is actually really cool. So this is the back side of the trailer. I just undid these little things, just twisted them. And if you'll see, look, with one hand, with my left hand, there's a ladder in the way. I open the lid, comes all the way up, hydraulic, and then this is what the back of the inside of the trailer looks like. So I have a sink, a 2-burner stove, a microwave, and then this is the fridge or cooler. That's the lid to the fridge, and we just leave it off when it's not being used, just so it doesn't smell. And you can see this is on a little pivot, like a drawer. And when you pull it out, there you have your cooler. And you can set the temperature on this to either fridge or freezer, depending on what you want to store. So it's taken me maybe 5 minutes so far. I've emptied the trailer completely, and this is why it's so quick to pack up and go. I'll show you what was in my trailer and basically what I'm going to turn around and put straight back in once I've shown you. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm just going to take a few minutes to pack everything up so we can get on the road. Probably took me 4 minutes, I would say. So now I need to take care of the food. Alright, so last night I made a list, or a menu plan if you like, and I wrote all the meals that we were going to eat from tonight till Monday morning. 2 full days, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Tonight's dinner and Monday's breakfast. Broke it down into what I would need. Went through my house and my fridge to see what we already had. Ran to the store, got what I needed, and now I'm just going to go ahead and pack that and load that in the car too. So we've arrived, and we're all set up. We've got everything out of our trailer and it's all good to go. It's a little bit piled up right now because the clouds have come in and it looks like it might rain on us, so we need to be set up for that, but I'll give you kind of a little idea of what the camp out looks like. So here's our little setup. On the back side I've just kept the tubs that we won't use very often, just don't need to be able to access them too much. My son's trailer all set up just right next to ours. We put our table out next to us so we have a place to work off of. Sometimes campgrounds have a picnic table and sometimes they don't. See, we just piled a bunch of snacks and things up in there so we can shut the lid in a hurry if it rains. And then we actually do have a really nice picnic table. There's our fresh water tap right there. We have some shade and some campers It's been really sunny, and it just got cloudy. So we got some visitors, so we got a camp set up here for one family member. Some of our other family members. Hello! Just came out of there, it's tucked back in the trees. See, my bed's all made and ready to go. Got the quilts at the end. That's just my bag, change of clothes and some toiletries. His bag, change of clothes and some toiletries. Then when we go to bed, we just throw that in our car and lock it up. Plenty of room. Hi Alfie, are you camping with us? Yes. Oh. Once we're all set up and camping, I think is when I realised, well, now what am I going to do? And that's when we pretty much start eating and drinking, and that's about what we do for 3 days straight. So right now we are doing our hobo dinner, so let me show you how this works. First of all, you have someone else do it. So you take your tin foil and you put whatever food you want in it, and looks like we're going with onion, bacon, some meat.
Grass-fed.
Look at that, grass-fed, organic hamburger,
yes, straight from
Brussels
Kansas.
sprouts. Okay, he's bragging on his meat. I, on the other hand, bought pre-made bacon cheddar flavoured meat product, which will probably taste delicious. And then,
the paprika that you told me
oh
about?
yes, I didn't bring that with me, sorry.
Okay, no.
But these guys already cooked theirs up. Look at that. You can't get much better than that. It's all about the seasoning.
Just take a break from eating my dinner.
It's okay, dude.
Love you, Mom.
They don't mind being on camera, do you guys? And then this is what we're using tonight to cook it. Sometimes we do this on a fire. Sometimes you can do it on charcoal. But we have this volcano and it's pretty fantastic. We grill on it, and then with this little lid on it, it actually becomes like an oven. You see there?
Mom, take all the heat off of it.
Look at that. And there's our dinner's cooking. And of course, at this point, dogs are on leashes because they're just thinking it's time to eat. This is one of my favorite parts of camping. Total silence. I can hear a vehicle in the distance. But this is my view right now. It's really warm. We've gone up a ways and the breeze is starting to blow and you can see a storm coming in. So we may or may not get in a storm, but it's hot. So at this point it would be hot rain and it would feel amazing. I've lost my people on the trail, so that's alright. I will catch up to them in just a minute. So this is my favorite part of camping right here.
Okay, all right, ready?
Beautiful morning here up in the Wasatch Mountains. The sun is so bright I can barely see, and it is a fantastic temperature and the sun feels so good. We've had like maybe 2 little sprinkles of rain, and one was when we were asleep and one when we weren't at our camp, so it's been a really nice camp out. And we're just doing our last breakfast. We're doing a French toast and then we'll get cleaned up and packed up. So this is my son's teardrop. He's already packed up. Super clean. You can see on the inside he's just actually flipped his bed up so he could stack his coolers in. And he just has to shut the door and he's out of here. So there you have it. That was our camping trip for a long weekend. Super simple. I had a really nice relaxing time. All I have to do when I get home is basically take the bedding in and wash it and all of our clothes. We've used up most all the food that we bought, so there's a couple bits to put back in the fridge. Spray out a cooler and we'll restock our paper goods, and then the trailer will be ready for our next trip, whenever that may be. So thanks for coming along with us, and keep following for the next video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and if there's something specific you want me to go into detail on, put a little comment in the suggestion underneath and I'll see if I can make a more detailed video. Bye.